What's up, guys? It's your boy GP with DeOrganized Media, bringing you another based episode of DeOrganized Nightly, where we get your favorite Giga Brain Astronaut Scholars from the Stacks and broader Bitcoin ecosystem together to discuss alpha, news, you name it, and bring you the highest of frequency vibes. It's been a very, very bullish week so far. Things just kind of chopping around sideways, looking like waiting on a catalyst. There's some bullish news going around though, so I wouldn't cast Tuesday as a boring day at all. I would say that maybe we are just kind of waiting for some bigger plays to happen, to see some market moves. I've got some cool news for you guys. I think it's just gonna be me tonight. So we'll cover the news and then we'll get into it. We'll get into the alpha and see what's going on. I hope you guys have had a very blessed start to your week. It has been a very busy one for me. So if you have not joined, be sure to join the Zest Protocol Discord as well as the Stacking DAO Discord. I am the CM over there, and I'm helping with a lot of fun initiatives and activities for us, and there's plenty of prizes. So get over there, come join, have some fun. We've got a Pokemon tournament in the Stacking DAO Discord on Thursday, as well as a poker tournament on Saturday. So really looking forward to that. And we have daily rumbles for prizes in the Zest Discord. It's a no-brainer. Jump in there, guys. We've got all sorts of challenges and stuff. Let's get straight into the news. Pulling up my bookmarks that I thought was interesting today, and today I mean by Tuesday, and coming back here making sure that I'm the small one and the news is the big one. All right, we are good to go. Coming from Tycho Honest, and I'm gonna ask Tycho how to pronounce his last name, or somebody's gonna put me on because I butcher it every time. Big shout out to my guy Tycho out there at the Tim Draper Summit, and you can follow Tycho right there and Shilling Zest Protocol and Stacks at the Draper Summit. Very, very based founder right here of Zest Protocol and Stacking DAO. Shout out to Tycho. That's my guy. Big shout out to the guys. And as you can see, I've liked and shared that. Also bookmarked. I have the option to boost that post if I wanted to, because Tycho has his BTC name on his handle. So very, very based. I think that it's going to be. I think we have some bullish news coming. I can feel it. Moving on from the main Stacks handle, and you can follow that at Stacks, an important message that can't be mentioned enough. STX founder Munib shares the latest, greatest, and look ahead for the leading Bitcoin L2 Stacks. And as you can see, Base Munib is out, and he's got a mission. So maybe we'll come back and give this a listen. This is an 8-minute video here about what is planned for SBTC, Stacks, you name it. He's getting into it. Let's go ahead and give him a follow as well. You can follow him at Munib, and he has his BTC name as well. So you see the rocket is there, the BoostX rocket is there. I could send him SBTC and many other SIP10 tokens. Very cool stuff. Coming out of Hermetica, and you can follow them at Hermetica USDH is live on Copper. Copper is one of crypto's most trusted custodians, powering settlement and infrastructure for top institutions, funds, and market makers globally. USDH is now easier to track, custody, and integrate into institutional workflows. And if you did not know about USDH, USDH is the first Bitcoin-backed stablecoin. Get you some of the most based stablecoin in existence. Get rid of your fiat-backed stables. This is the way. Bitcoin is the hardest asset there is. So why not back your stables with Bitcoin using USDH? And USDH is powering a lot of things in the ecosystem, including the Zest liquidations as well. Zest is a lending and borrowing platform, so they have liquidations, and USDH is now powering them. You can borrow against your assets and collateral on Zest Protocol some USDH for very, very cheap. I think last time that I checked, it was around 2%, 2 point some percent. And I think that, USDH is a very, very base stable. So big shout out to Jacob and the guys. Moving on here from me, and you can follow me at GPSE_SDX. Be sure to tune into the Zest Community Town Hall at 11 a.m. ET tomorrow. After the town hall, we will be hosting a screen share in the Zest Protocol Discord. Set your reminders and join the Discord. And as you can see here, I have linked the Zest Protocol tweet. I have it down here as well, but I made this as well. Some very, very cool imagery for the weekly Zest Discord screen share. We will be going over different base plays within the Stacks and broader Bitcoin ecosystem. Some of the projects that I like and that I'm speculating on. Getting into token metrics as well, just to kind of poke around and see outside of the ecosystem a little bit, and having some fun with the guys, so definitely get into the Zest Protocol Discord and come have some fun with us in these screen shares. They get kind of rowdy and we have some fun, so cool. Again, from Zest Protocol, and you can follow them at Zest Protocol. Come hang out with the Stacks community in the Zest Town Hall AMA. It's the perfect place to discuss new developments in Stacks, hear Web3 updates, and have fun together. Tune in on Wednesday, the 14th of May at 11 a.m. EST. So if you're trying to tune in, which I do suggest you tune in, we have a bunch of based founders from around the ecosystem come hang out in this town hall. Come hang with us. Come discuss alpha. Let's get ahead of the curve, like Jackman Switch likes to say. And again, from Zest Protocol here, another Zest weekly recap is here. Let's dive into the numbers. Everybody loves the numbers. Let's do it. STSTX has currently reached its debt ceiling. Bullish as fuck. For now, STSTX can't be used as collateral to open new borrowing positions anymore. The priority now is to bring more STSTX STX liquidity, so more STSTX can be used as collateral to open new positions. Yes, so go over to the new BitFlow flex pool and LP some tokens, put it in the farm, put those tokens to work. There's a lot of APY to be earned, liked, and shared. Moving on, USDH loans, 26.55% from so yeah, this is growth right here, from 367k to 464k. Wow. People are loving borrowing USDH, possibly opening a long position on STX on the Bellard Perp Dex while earning 5% APY paid out weekly. I think that sounds nice. Never heard of any type of play like that before. But they could also go over to the Hermetica platform and stake it through USDH for more than what they're borrowing it for. So makes sense. USDH borrowing activity continues to climb, marking a third consecutive week of growth. Borrowing remains attractive, with USDH borrowing APY still below 3%, while USDH staking offers up to 15%. Look at these arbitrage plays, man. This ecosystem is so based with so many yield and arbitrage opportunities. It's wild. Go supply your assets as collateral on Zest, and go borrow some USDH. Very cool. AEUSDC loans, up 13.46% from 295k to 334k. AEUSDC borrowing activity has been rising for a second week straight. With borrowing rates still around 4%, there are plenty of ways to put AEUSDC to productive use. Very, very cool. You can see this cool little picture here with APY, total supply, and all that right here. Full transparency. Very, very nice. I will like and share that. And let me go back up here and make sure I did it with this post, as well. Moving on, SBTC loans are up 6.8% from 5K to 5.34K. Sustainable BTC yield relies on demand for BTC borrowing, so it's great to see SBTC borrowing activity picking up, especially when SBTC borrowing cost is 5% APY, while there are multiple 10% APY opportunities for SBTC on Bitflow. And yesterday, or actually earlier today, in the Stacking DAO screen share in the Discord, I showed people how to LP their tokens, their SBTC with some PBTC, for some crazy rewards and put that into the farm. So go check that out. I think I'm earning like 17% on that liquidity pair and putting it into the farm to earn some more assets. Let's go. SDX deposits up 4.2% from 4.76 million to 4.96 million. With an increase of STX supply, the borrowing rate has dropped to just 4.54% APY. That makes stacking yield amplification strategies borrowing STX to stack it a lot more attractive right now. Very, very cool stuff there. And that's a wrap on another Zesty week. See you next Tuesday for the next weekly recap edition. Stay zesty. Note the recap is NFA, and Zest and other app yields are variable at any time. Love it. You guys go supply your assets as collateral on Zest and open up a lot more DeFi routes than you would usually have. So awesome stuff. Again, from Zest Protocol, the USDHX Zest DeFi strategy is looking zesty. Deposit SBTC and earn 4.8%. Borrow USDH at 2.7%. Stake USDH on Hermetica at 15% APY. Net return is 17% APY. That is a based strategy. Crazy stuff. Crazy ways to earn in this ecosystem. And from Stacking DAO, and you can follow them at Stacking DAO. Want to earn up to 20% APY on your STX? Stacking gives up to 10%, and Bitflow Finance new flex pool adds another 10%. Just mint STX on Stacking DAO and deposit it into the STX pool on Bitflow. You guys be sure to follow Bitflow Finance at Bitflow_finance to get into the know about this new flex pool, man. I also supplied some STX and some STX on there. And I like how you do not have to match the liquidity ratios. They have a variable midpoint. So you can go in there and just supply STX, or you can go in there and supply just STX. And 10% APY on top of your for your STX yield, which is around like 7.78% last time I checked. That's like 17% off rip, and I've seen it go as far as like 20% so far with the flex pool. So up to 20% APY, it's a no-brainer. So I went and supplied some liquidity, locked it up in the farm, and now I'm earning, baby. Let's go. And again, from Stacking DAO, SBTC Cap 3 will unlock another 2,000 SBTC. But you know what's been quiet? But you know what's been quietly helping SBTC grow all along? STX BTC. It lets users earn daily stacking rewards in SBTC, steadily increasing Bitcoin supply on stacks. And look at this cool infographic. Check it out, guys. It's pretty good. Whoever made this, big shout out. So Stacking DAO logo, got the STX BTC logo, and then SBTC just raining rewards down. So go check it out, guys. STX BTC is a very, very base product. And we just moved from weekly cycles or bi-weekly cycles to daily claimable rewards. What's not to love about that? Go get you some. All right, moving on to the main news from Cointelegraph. New Trump-linked World Liberty Financial is voting to airdrop its USD1 stablecoin to WLFI holders, offering the first profit move for the 550 million non-tradable token. Cool. Just in, a dormant wallet with 300 BTC worth $31 million was reactivated after 11.1 years when the coins were just worth 134K. Wow, 11 years dormant, and this well just woke up. Maybe, just maybe, they're waiting to peg in some of that BTC into SBTC to earn that juicy yield. Uh, I wouldn't doubt it. It's based. SBTC is completely decentralized, no federated systems used, trustless. Let's go. Moving on. New native USDC is now live on Sonic Labs, formerly, I think it was FTM, Phantom. Yeah, cool. Little fun fact: whenever I first learned about crypto, I was trying to do Phantom DeFi, and I was just butchering it. I did not get it, but I did have some staked on some random farming pool somewhere. Who knows? But yeah, USDC now live on Sonic. Just in, Senator Cynthia Lummis has urged the Trump administration to eliminate taxes on Bitcoin and crypto companies. She is trying to definitely get us ahead while they are trying to, they turned down the Genius bill, which is like a stablecoin bill, right? New regulation for stablecoins in the United States, and they said, nah. So, yeah, go ahead with your bad self, Cynthia. Tell Trump to go ahead and let's expedite this thing and make something shake so we do not fall behind. Moving on, bullish. Coinbase will join the S&P 500, becoming the first pure play crypto firm in the index, with Bernstein estimating up to $9 billion in passive inflows. And I have something saved down at the bottom that we'll get into that kind of breaks down what that means. Means that BTC is part of the basic portfolio now. We'll get into how it means that in a little bit. Update: SEC has delayed the Grayscale spot Solana ETF. Okay. Bullish: Bitcoin is featured on the front page of Steak and Shake's website. The food chain plans on accepting Bitcoin as payment starting later this week. And as you can see in this little info, or this little picture here, you got the BTC logo right there on the main page of the Steak and Shake website. Cool. Bullish: Bitcoin reclaims 100K with strong momentum with no signs of overheating, opening door to a more sustainable rally and new all-time highs, says K33 Research. Very nice. Moving on, Senate Democrats are urging Trump to divest from his stablecoin amid a $1 trillion Middle East trip. Or $1 trillion Middle East trip, citing corruption concerns tied to his crypto empire. Whatever. Insight: for every one BTC mined, corporations are scooping up 3.3 Bitcoin. Guys, they are buying Bitcoin at crazy rates. Like I'm telling you, they are just scooping up your Bitcoin. If you're selling at these levels, do not get shaken out if there's a little bit of volatility, because they'll just buy your Bitcoin for cheap at this point. They're buying 3 for every 1 mined. Supply and demand dynamics come into play there, and that should show you tell you what's going to happen to the price. So, short-term price action, don't let it shake you out. Huddle on, stay strong. Just in, NVIDIA will supply 18,000 of its top-tier GB300 Blackwell AI chips to Saudi Arabia's Humane as a part of Trump-led White House visit, powering a massive 500 megawatt data center. Look at that. And we'll get into this little agreement, this Saudi Arabia ex America Trump deal here in just a minute. Latest: Senator Tom Cotton has introduced the Chip Security Act to prevent U.S. advanced chips from reaching adversaries like China by mandating location tracking and enhanced export oversight. Yeesh. Update: corporations are now the biggest Bitcoin buyers in 2025, adding 157K BTC worth 16 billion and surpassing ETFs and retail investors. Sorry. This is something that we spoke about like early on, that everybody and their mama was going to start hodling Bitcoin, meaning countries, states, universities, medical, scientific groups, you name it, they're going to start hodling. So this tells you all you need to know. Um, yeah, that's a lot of BTC. $16 billion worth of BTC, surpassing ETF. Uh, ETFs represent retail, right? Like retail investors buy ETFs because they're electronically traded products on known sexes or trading platforms, right? They feel safe instead of like self custodying their Bitcoin. They buy these ETFs, so shows you um, corporations are scooping up all the Bitcoin. Today, President Trump officially signs strategic economic partnership with Saudi Arabia, while Saudi announces 600 billion investment commitment to USA. Look at this here, based, very very based. Um, Handshakes going on, right on. Do your thing, Trump. Breaking, U.S. inflation falls to 2.3%, lower than expectations. Look at that. Inflation, including the hot topic, eggs, are down. Egg prices are continuing downward. Good. Inflation is starting to taper off. Maybe we'll see the Feds cut rates and print that money. When M2 supply goes up, you know what happens, guys. Latest, Bhutan becomes the first country to fully integrate crypto into their tourism, partnering with Binance Pay to accept 100 plus cryptocurrencies for flights, hotels, visas, and shopping and more. Wow. Just in, Robinhood is acquiring WonderFi, a top Canadian crypto platform, to expand its crypto services across Canada. Cool. Cool, eh? Bullish, Dubai to accept crypto payments for government services via crypto.com, advancing its goal of becoming 90% cashless by 2026. Anchorage Digital acquires USDM, issuer of Mountain Protocol, to expand its stablecoin offerings. Sorry, I'm just butchering the news today. Today and today. Nasdaq listed GD Culture Group secures 300 million funding commitment to establish a crypto reserve of BTC and Trump. Wow. Another one going with BTC and Trump as their crypto reserves. Cool. Insight, you can't stake Bitcoin like ETH, but you can still earn yield via lending WBTC on Ethereum and Bitcoin layer 2s like Babylon and Stacks. I read this yesterday. Look at me. But Cointelegraph mentioning Stacks has me feeling bullish. I feel like there's some partnerships underway. I really, really do. And this is the breakdown that I wanted to get into. But we'll get into it in a little bit. I've got some based got a base chat in the house tonight, so let's bring him on and not keep him waiting. Lord Rosar, welcome, brother. Happy Tuesday. How we feeling?
Yo,
How we doing today, man?
doing good. Kind of at the end of my day, about to sign off, but just figured I'd
Yes.
check in since you're doing your thing here.
Yeah, no, I was planning on golly, reading that news. I was planning on like probably making it like a shorter episode and probably watching that Munib vid for a second and seeing what he had to say. I haven't gotten to watch it yet, so um, I'm gonna watch that. But did you have something to demo or anything like that, dude? We can definitely get into that if you wanted to. It totally up to you. We can watch the video, or if you had something that you wanted to talk about or show off, we can do that too.
I guess I could do like a short one. I just finished adding um, Hermetica, staked USDH, and SBTC to the
Oh
subnet.
shit! You said staked Hermetica?
Yeah, I figured why not use the staked version since it generates interest.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Like you can earn what it was like 50 17% or some shit today. Of course, the
Yeah.
yield
I
vary.
mean, if you're gonna hold on to a token, might as well just hold on to the one that's rebasing.
Yeah, rebase token, and then you're earning yield. So yeah, that's cool. We could definitely get into that. That sounds fun.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I made a Welsh SUSDH pool because I didn't have any pools connecting SUSDH, so I had to make something to connect it.
That's sick. Here, let me.
I need more SUSDH though, so I'm trying to like move things
Figure that
around. If you got something, you should throw it in the pool. Get that. We gotta bulk it up so we
I'll
can
have
start to use
I
it
got
to
all
trade.
of my. I got it in an open position on the Velar perp deck because it earns like 5%, and then I'm bullish on STSDX or STX right now. But if I come across some, I'm going to do it. I used the what was it? I swapped Cha for. I think I tried to swap Cha for Welsh, and then I also swapped I swapped. What was the other play that you played? It was Back Fun and something else. Like, was it Welsh or what was it? I think it was you. It might have been USDH.
I don't know.
You posted a couple plays over the last couple days.
Oh, I'm just basically just playing volatility right now. So the important reason for adding USDH is because it's stable. While everything else is like going up and down, it'll stay flat. So there's more.
The ratios are
yeah,
easier
like there's more volatility between the two to actually like take profits from.
Whereas when STX is going down, Cha and Welsh.
Yeah, everything kind of goes with it. So
yeah.
It's harder to
catch that volatility.
Yeah, catch like the dips and the pumps
between the two.
I had one actually. I'll show you if you want to see. So I have this. I've been working on. Can I screen share? Okay, yeah, I can screen share. All right, so I was
Let me see. I'm gonna bring it up. Oh, this is cool. You got a graph going too for it, for the swaps and the volatility.
This is stacks against. I guess I should use Welsh against Charisma.
Yeah, can you zoom in just a bit? Let me. I'll bring us like a little bit closer as well. Let's see this. Nope, not that one. Boom. There we go.
Yeah, so I set up for that video I recorded. I set up the range buy and sells, the orders,
right?
And I have this like Bob bot. This is a secret, so don't tell anyone. I'm working on this Bob bot, which is like it's like a Telegram and other like Discord and like SMS alert system.
Got you.
And like message broadcasting.
Oh fuck!
But I've been like prototyping it by plugging into this, so when orders go through and get executed, it sends me an alert. And so I put in a bunch, and I was just working it, and then all the alerts go off. I'm like, what the hell? And it's because of this. There's like a
spike.
Yeah, like a spike. It spiked up, and it triggered all my orders, and they all like sold. So it worked out perfectly.
So now I'm waiting for some like more volatility to the downside to get back in.
Yeah, I'll probably just add some more.
Yeah, just buy it, shoot it out, and then it'll trick. That's cool. That's cool.
Very profitable.
Yeah,
ended up working out really well.
That is sick, dude. So that's the Welsh Charisma pair.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was doing like, let's see, yeah, this is all of them. They all went through.
Just happened really, really quickly. Like all like are they all like microtransactions, or are they like a bunch of them at like different levels? Like explain like where the limit.
They're all like $7 trades, so I probably made like $1 on each one.
Okay, I see.
Pays for lunch.
Is that comparable to sandwiching?
Well, basically, yeah.
Okay. And this is readily available, so like fuck letting a sandwich bot take it. Like just get with base builders and use their products, and then you can do it.
I mean,
Like-
this is quickly going to become sandwich bots, just operated by people.
Exactly.
Like, I was gonna make.
Like, let the people get it. I like that.
So before I was doing like, you click them in, but I think I'll probably add like a tool in a second where it's like you click a button here and then it creates like 10 lines all like evenly spaced out, and you just like pick the center and then it just like fans them out evenly, and then you just like boop, boop, and then it just like prompts you like 10 times real fast and you're like yes, 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 yes. And it just sets them all up. Make things a little easier.
Fuck yeah, and like how much like, and that helps with like price volatility too, right? Like that makes the coins more stable against each other, doesn't it?
Yeah, effectively.
That's all right. That's all right, dude. You're just gonna get some lunch there for a little bit, and then you already brought
Sandwich attack, right?
Yeah. Wait,
That's,
who said sandwich attack? You said it, or who?
you said it, but now it's
I
making me kind of hungry.
You said you're gonna eat everybody's lunch, dude.
There you go. It keeps
I liked it. I like
the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So we're
now
gonna,
that I got, let's close a bunch of this stuff up.
fucking stables, dude, against staked USDH versus Welsh or whatever other Cha or whatever
Mhm.
other subnet you decide to spin up next. What do you think outside of the stable? Is this like the next thing that you're going to work on making like very solid, and then you're going to start doing subnets for other tokens, or like what are you thinking it's going to look like? Or are you going to keep it a charisma Welsh thing?
No, I mean, I'm definitely gonna add more tokens.
Gotcha.
I guess getting more people on the platform. I guess I'm good. Probably. Oh, I'm yawning. Oh, I'm tired. Just engagement, I think, right now, and just like kind of polishing things, teaching people how to use it. This is like some of the basics here. Let's say I want to move my SBTC into the subnet. I just go like this, boop, boop. Oh, I got to turn off swap mode. All right. So now this is like a BTC deposit. Like I can just move. I only have not much. That's not an LP right now. But yeah, I can just do this. Execute a deposit to subnet. Look at that. So let's move in my SBTC.
That's sick.
Do I want to do this? Yeah, I want to do this, I think.
We got Ace tuning in real quick, to say what's up. Ace, what's up, brother? How we doing?
Evening, guys. Hey, Rosar.
Hello.
Fucking Chads. Dude, my light is off as fuck. Let me fix that real quick. I'll be right.
I watched the DJ an hour post that you made earlier. That's cool stuff.
Yeah. They all triggered actually like an hour ago, which is pretty nice.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, like I have this little like alert I made that Telegram pings me when they go through. I was working on it for like the Bob team, and I was just here. Let me get this thing. Open Sesame. Yeah, I was just hanging in there, and then all of a sudden, like all of them triggered. Just kind of cool, and I was like, "Uh-oh, what happened? Was it like a bug? Like, why are they all firing right now?" So I go in, and then I see like this thing on the chart, like, and then I guess, yeah, I don't know. The cells work. It was probably these little like dips, like boop, 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 and sold off against it. The nice thing about these triggered swaps is it's not like a limit order per se. Like a limit order, I could have put it in down here, and I would have sold at this lower price. But the way it works is, it just like passes this price, and then it could fly away past it, and then my swap triggers and pushes down on it. So I get like the top of the fucking, the tippy top sell point, which is great. So I get like the best, most possible, highest amount of tokens. So that was cool. But
How many orders are left unfilled so far? Do you have like
for me, I think
4 orders open
I
still?
put some of these in here, but
They're
I
higher.
don't think these are ever gonna fill.
They're like, yeah, like the one that you did, like the first one that you posted on the timeline, where it's like Welsh or the Cha Welsh pair would be at like 0.58 or something like that.
Yeah, I don't think these are ever gonna fill because they're like low. It's like if Cha is less than 405, and that's
Oh,
lower.
those
That's
are lower ones. Those aren't the
yeah. I probably should just close them.
yeah. Now that you figured out that it works properly, now you can do some more like real, like, okay, you have your feedback, and now you can kind of set your range more accordingly. They have these trading bots on like these platforms like Mexi. They've got like Martingale. They've got all sorts of different strategies. This is what I see you could do for sure. Like implement something like that. Um, Look into these different trading bots that do all of this automatically for you. You just put your capital into it, and then you implement like the bot implements the strategy for you.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what this is evolving to.
That's exactly what it looks like without even like having to set your orders or your ranges. You're able to, well, you can still set your ranges on these bots, but like you just build the bot, let it do its thing, right? That's what it's gonna. That's cool as fuck, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Um, really cool innovation with the Blaze testnet there. Um, so how do people partake in this?
Well, this isn't testnet. This is mainnet.
Oh, this is on Charisma swaps. My bad. But you have the option to do something like this on Blaze, right?
I mean, this is on Blaze.
So break down like the whole like process of like how all these orders are executed.
So yeah, I'll just make one right now.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Like a little demo on how to do it would be lovely. Can you make sure that you're like zoomed way in?
This is as close as I think as it's gonna get. I can maybe.
Let me give the screen back here, right there, and then good luck. And then you guys need to follow along. Be sure to follow Charisma BTC and Lord Rosar on X to stay in the know.
All right, let's do. All right, I just started tracking.
And this is on Stacks, by the way.
Yeah, I just started tracking the USDH price. So that's USDH. So I don't know what it's gonna go to, but it's in this range. I don't know. I'll just set one here. Okay. So less than. We'll just say 1 for testing purposes. Wait, what are you doing? Do I not have a path? Where's the path? I need to move some USD or SUSDH into the subnet. So let's do this. Do I have some? Yes.
Putting it into the subnet.
And it goes. Yeah, I used the rest of mine for the liquidity for this thing. So kind of running out here. So if anyone wants to add some liquidity, you make some good fees on it since you'll be like the only person plus me doing it. All right, so we'll just put in 1 for example. All right, so that's gonna go into the subnet. Hooray. In you go.
You should talk to Jacob. Tell Jacob put some in there.
That would be nice. So I got that. Let's just do Bitcoin while we wait for that one. All right, so we're gonna do a Cha to Bitcoin play here.
Okay. Cha to Bitcoin, I like it.
All right. So this is the graph of Cha compared to Bitcoin. So look at that. Cha's outperforming SBTC. How about that? All right. Well, for the last 6 hours. Okay, or 12 hours, whatever. All right, so let's put, I don't know, we'll just here. Is this thing working?
I don't know. You tell me. Figure out in a second. Are the buttons clickable? Is it front end, back end?
I think it's just SPT is such a big number. It's having trouble like doing this division.
Calculating it.
Let's maybe try the reverse way.
Too many zeros.
There we go. That's better. All right, reverse works better.
So it's not like it's hard to read is what it is because it's too many numbers.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right, so higher. This means higher is better for Bitcoin. So, I want to be selling when Bitcoin's high in this case. So this seems like a number it might get back to right there. All right, and then here we want to. So this one we want to pick Bitcoin, and then this one we want to pick Cha. Cha cha cha.
Cha cha cha.
Yeah, and we'll stay in the subnet. Okay, so let's do. How much is that? I guess that's about 3 cha. It's like $1. Yeah, I guess we're at like 100K, so I guess that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, let's see. Right at 104K.
Let's see what path this is doing. Okay, so it's trying to go through the We Are Legion LP pool. Blaze Bitcoin. We Are Legion, and then back into the sublink. All right, let's do it. So it's going to try and do a sell. Let's sell some Bitcoin when the price is good, not high. All right, let's run it.
Let's run it. Let's go.
All right, so this is how it works. It's like, see, I'm signing a message. I'm not actually sending like a transaction.
Right.
I'm not paying anything. I'm just signing this.
Does it go into escrow?
No.
Okay.
Like nothing leaves my wallet. It's
Solid.
just the signature is, I guess, held in escrow, but
Gotcha.
it's an intent. So it's like redeemable for a transaction basically. But at this point, I haven't sent anything. So let's so that's the sell. Let's do a reverse, and we'll do a buy down here on one of these lower numbers. All right. So then just do the reverse. 10. And that should about do it. Actually, let's go a little bolder here. $30.
Getting dicey. Let's go.
Yeah. Hang on.
Big shout out
This-
to
this pool's-
333 watchers. That's
Yeah.
cool.
This pool's not big enough to do a $30 trade, unfortunately. I need more liquidity. We got to get in here. All right. Then we'll do this one too. Oh, wait, hang on. We want to do is less than for this. Because we want it to be priced down. If I left it on greater than, I would just execute right away. Wouldn't be the end of the world. It'd just be like a $3 trade, but
Right.
I don't want to do that. I want to do, well, we're at a good price.
Yeah,
Side.
you want a little, you don't want to execute for nothing.
Yeah. You want to see something cool too?
Yeah,
Well-
dude. I like cool stuff.
Before we get into the cool stuff, let's do this. So, all right. So you see my 2 pending transactions are set up. They're waiting to go. And then they'll just get automatically executed when it's time. Straightforward,
That's-
right?
Shit, I'm not gonna lie. Like just being able to like say this price and then boom, it executes. That's majorly cool.
Yeah. All right. Then this is the next cool thing.
Okay.
All right. So say I can combine stuff like, so let's say I want to accumulate some more USDH. All right. Let's say I want to get some more USDH when the price, the token drops a cent or something. I can do this sort of cool stuff. So less than. So if Charisma drops in price more than a cent, I want to spend some Welsh and pick up some more of it. Actually, how much SBTC do I got? How much is $8 worth? That's not right. A lot. Let's use some Welsh here. All right, so I have $64 of Welsh load up here. And if this price drops down to 32, it's going to do a swap. But what is extra for anything I want? Let's see. I want to swap for, I guess I want to swap for CHA since I'm like looking at CHA price. But I could swap for anything. It doesn't have to be CHA here.
That's sick.
Yeah, it's very flexible. All right, so it's a lot for one trade, but what I can do is there's this magic button over here. So click this. This is the DCA feature. So every day, if it price drops below that for the next, let's say 2 weeks, it'll try to buy it. So do like a little buy every time. So then I can just do boom. This is how easy it is to DCA on Charisma. Bam, 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 bam.
Controlled DCA right there.
Now I'm making all these intents. And so each one is valid for 1 day. And so if the price goes below that point, 32 cents, at any point during that day, it will trigger and it'll do one buy.
That's real DeFi right there.
So, but it only happened once per day. Like once it uses up the one in that window, I have to wait till the next day. So yeah, it's like combining the price condition with this like time frame, and then like I'm making them in a batch. So now look at all this stuff I got set up. I got like, I'm buying things cheaply over the next 2 weeks. I'm doing like a sandwich sort of thing here where I'm like swapping between 2 different tokens, like buying low and selling high. Like I'm cooking, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hell yeah, you are. Do you have something to where like maybe you could automate it and find the best place, like to where like it suggests a pair for you to play the volatility on?
I mean, I could, but
I think that would be pretty cool if somebody, instead of like coming straight to the platform, is like, okay, I got this money.
yeah, but how would you train a bot on that? Like that's pretty
I
hard
don't
to
know.
do.
Like,
I feel like the bot would be wrong and lose people's money.
Yeah,
The bot doesn't know like all the stuff we know about, like this stuff.
right.
You know, I mean, it could.
I get it. You can feed it metrics. I
Yeah,
get
but
that.
I don't really
and then
believe in
kinda
TA or any of that. Like,
I get that, especially like, you know, with speculative, like, yeah, I get it.
like
I get
maybe on like big like things with lots of liquidity, but like just so much random stuff happens in stacks and like ecosystems with like
Right, I
lower
get
liquidity. Like people just like accidentally rug their own projects or just, I don't know, weird stuff
Sell the
happens.
bottom.
It's like hard to predict.
Sell the bottom. People sell the bottom. It happened. It's documented.
Yeah, there's
I've
a lot of
seen
stuff that
it.
just doesn't make any sense. So it's hard to like put an algorithm to any of this stuff. If it could be done, people be doing it and just making money. But obviously, I don't say that's smart. Oh yeah, then there's this little feature. So if you ever want to like save your trade, you can go here and be like, boom, and then it makes a little tweet for you.
Shit. So That's cool. All right, so there you go. You can like reference the plays that you've been doing,
Yeah.
right? Like on your timeline. That's pretty cool. I like that.
Let's post it
Um,
and see what happens. And then it gives you, when you post it, you get a little chart.
Oh, that's sick. Yeah, that was the overlay that you
Yeah.
were talking about.
Then you can click
creating.
it, and it takes you back to
nice.
exactly that same trade, so people can copy trade it if
That's
they want.
that's super nice. I like that you're able to kind of demonstrate out in the open like what your play is immediately. Kind of put your like followers on to like, hey, here's your opportunity there, right with one click. That makes sense. That makes sense to me. And then like whenever it works, then you're like, well, damn, everybody's happy. Everybody just made some money and life is lovely. So we need some more liquidity in them pools, and then like I can see more and more people getting involved. So I'm trying to collect some fees on that whenever I got a chance. Right now I ain't got a shot in the dark with that because unfortunately I got Bitcoin Vegas coming up, so I gotta make sure I'm sparse with what I'm doing. Yeah, it's a catch me next month. How about
Alright.
that?
It's all right.
I'll definitely play. And then I'm trying to also do the flex pool thing, supply some liquidity there. I feel like we got some big news coming. I just feel it. I really do feel like the Stacks ecosystem has something big coming. It's not a question about if, it's about when. So yeah, how are you feeling, dude? I'm liking seeing that Stacks is in this kind of like it got above $1 and it did this cool thing on the 4 hour. I'll share my chart. I've been paying attention to some TA, and I know a little bit of TA. I know you're not a fan of it, but I do have this chart that I shared earlier today.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to
where
I think there's
you know what I'm saying?
I think there's certainly some validity in like areas of resistance and that sort of stuff, but like I don't believe like when people say they go, oh, this is like a head and shoulders or like whatever, like or a double pop, like
Oh, I get that.
I feel like you're just random.
Yeah,
It's like seeing something
all about
a cloud
where
you think looks like something.
it's where it's speculation, right? Is what it comes down to, and then like it all boils down to like where's the liquidity at? You know, is it higher or lower? You know, and the price will work either way towards where the liquidity is. So I get that. Yeah, TA is not the most accurate. You know, like it's not the first end all say all. Let's just put it that way. But what was a bullish like thing I read this week was that like reports of people Googling Ethereum misspelt like with an I in it are on the rise. So that shows you that like retail is kind of speculating, trying to get into
misspelled
the game.
Ethereum
Yeah,
is a
misspelled
signal.
Ethereum. That's a signal, dude. Those social metrics are powerful.
Yeah, I do I do see a lot of value in that stuff though.
Yeah, and then another one that I heard today on Art on Stacks with Reese is that Reese heard an ad on the radio about NFTs and how they're just what it boils down to is that they're just JPEGs and they missed the whole point of NFTs. That was another one, and he heard that on the radio today or yesterday or something. That's another one of them social like metrics too. When you start hearing shit like that, so yeah, I'm hyper bullish right now. I think that everything is cheap, so I'm speculating, man. I just need to get some capital. I think that's the story of my life, man. I'm speculating. I'm a risk taking man, but I need some money.
All right, well,
Yeah.
I did what I came here to do.
Thanks, dude.
Give an update and show some shit off, but yeah, that's about it for me. I'm gonna lay down.
Yeah, same, man. It's going to be a busy rest of the week with all sorts of stuff happening this week. So I appreciate you coming through and doing a demo of Charisma and what we can do with the power of Blaze and subnets. So thank you, Rosar. I hope you have a very blessed rest of your evening, brother.
All right. See you guys.
See you, man. And Ace, the man of the hour. Like, it's just me and you now, man.
That was cool. I wouldn't have been on the space. I did get the notification through that he had placed that trade when he sent out that notification. Came through. So if I wouldn't have been on the call, I at least would have seen that. So it totally works. That's good stuff.
Yeah, dude. He was talking on a space this morning called the Corgiverse, right? Because it's the Welsh subnet with the token. And I popped into that before the warm-up space with whatever mornings with DeOrganized. I popped in there afterwards. We brought everybody from his first space over. So he was working on getting all of that like properly working. And it's cool to see that he got it done by day's end and was able to demonstrate what's going on. And we've got Shiflet popping in. What's up, Shift? Welcome, Shiflet. Happy Tuesday, brother. How are we feeling?
Good, man. I just wanted to pop in for a little bit. Just chilling, enjoying the evening. Really good CPI print today. Hopefully that influences Jerome Powell's decision-making come next Fed meeting next month, because if we get some interest rate cuts, that's going to be dope.
They came in at 2.3, dude. Lower than expected. What were they expecting? Like 2.45, something like that? Well, like, did we have any metrics like that to go off of?
Yes.
Like, what was it?
They wanted 2 like it was like a tenth of a basis point. So they we ended up getting 2.3 instead of 2.4, which is awesome.
Bullish going into Bitcoin Vegas is big.
Oh yeah, dude.
I think I'm excited. It's gonna be cool to be out there with the homies while the markets are pumping, right? Because lower inflation, speculation that rates will be cut, and the money printer is gonna be turned on. And when M2 starts to go like this, then you know what happens, baby. Let's go. While in Vegas, that's gonna be fun.
Absolutely, I can imagine people making poor decisions. Having their bags pumping and being in an environment like Vegas simultaneously.
For sure. Do the girls in Vegas Bitcoin? Oh shit. I think that it's a very interesting environment where we're in. Like right now we got the Genius bill that was like its first draft was turned down, which is like kind of pointing towards like, hey, like we're choke point 2.0 is still on a little bit, so you guys got to get through us a little bit more and play to our liking. Whereas in other countries, they're talking about in the next 30 days they'll have their stables ready, and through the whole legal bureaucracy part, and then Cynthia Loomis is calling for Trump to get like, what did she say exactly? I don't want to misquote our senator. Oh yeah, never mind. Scratch that. I wanted to cover this before. I'm sorry, ADHD kicking in. Here we go. How about this one, Schiff and Ace? Like, look at this. Coinbase is joining the S&P 500, bringing 1 billion in Bitcoin onto the world's most tracked index. This isn't just a win for Coinbase. It's a milestone for corporate Bitcoin adoption. Here's what you need to know. So let's jump into this thread real quick and read just a little bit, and then you tell me your take. The S&P 500 is the most tracked index in the world, with over 5 trillion in passive capital tied to it. Every fund tracking the index will now own Coinbase, and Coinbase holds Bitcoin. Coinbase currently holds 9,267 BTC on its balance sheet, worth 963 million at today's price of $104,000. That ranks number 9 among all public companies worldwide. Bitcoin is now a structural part of the index. If Coinbase gets a 0.2 weighting, index trackers may buy 10 billion in coin stock. This is passive exposure, capital governed by rules, not conviction. Bitcoin just became part of the default portfolio. What do you guys think about that take?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
It was up over 25% today. At the end of the day, I don't know what it's doing in after hours, but it was over 50 points, like 51 plus points on its stock price. Given everything that's developed over these last couple of years, the high on that stock was like intraday, some couple of years ago, soon after it went public, was like 400, high 400s, something like that. So, I mean, if you think about if it's ever going to return to its highs, that's still a long ways for it to run, given it's only like, 250 some dollars or something like that, 260. So, I messaged my friends who I saw when I was gone on that trip, who was one of the people that had no idea about Bitcoin or mining or any of the things going on, stacks. And I sent it to him today. I said, well, you and everyone else, whether you realize it or not, your 401ks are now holding cryptocurrency in the backdoor way. So there you go. Haven't heard back from them, but yeah, man, lots of people just got exposure and they don't even know it.
They won't even know it, man. That's the cool part. Is like, yo, Bitcoin's in your portfolio and you don't even know it. You have exposure to Bitcoin. Schiff, what you think,
the
man?
S&P 500 is huge because that's a pretty, not financial advice, of course, but it's a pretty reliable index to get between 10 to 20% a year. So, like, if you're wanting to just get stable returns over a long period of time, people buy the S&P 500. And also when they speculate on individual stocks, a really good measure of performance is whether or not you beat the S&P 500. Well, since people just, plug in and passively invest in S&P 500 through 401ks or retirement accounts, they're now passively having cash flows go into Coinbase, which is going to further strengthen Coinbase. At some point in time, MicroStrategy is going to get on the S&P 500. And when that happens, that means there's going to be passive flows into MicroStrategy, which is going to further fund their Bitcoin acquisition efforts. So, as these companies become bigger and bigger in market capitalization, more and more companies are going to be added to the S&P 500, which means more passive flows into these companies that are actively buying Bitcoin. It's huge.
Yeah, dude.
Sailor said the other day, because it's only like 70 companies that currently have Bitcoin on their balance sheets, and he predicts that it'll be 700 by next year. So, and you would think that if companies are going to stay relevant and keep up with the performance of other companies that might be in their same industry, they're gonna, if people are buying performance, somebody that has Bitcoin on their balance sheet compared to the same company in the industry that doesn't, you can almost suspect which one's going to perform better and who's going to be bought and who's going to become irrelevant. So.
That's the biggest point, and I'm glad you mentioned it, because Sailor puts it so eloquently. Not everyone is NVIDIA. Not everyone is Apple. Not everyone is Microsoft. So for the companies that don't perform like those top companies, all they have to simply do is put Bitcoin on their balance sheet, and they may outperform those companies just because of the Bitcoin on their balance sheet, not necessarily because of how hard they're working. So what you're doing is storing your value instead of working harder. You're not sweating more, you're saving more, and that savings is what's putting you ahead of people who are just grinding really, really hard and not able to keep up with just simply saving in Bitcoin. And that's the alpha right there.
Yeah, huge. I feel like it is giant news. I feel like, dude, I said this earlier, that I feel like stacks has some very big news coming. I don't know. Like I was in the Stacks DeFi show today, listening in, and it just seems like the talking points led to something. Something's coming, fellas. Like I can feel it. I don't know exactly what, but the conversation was surrounding community and liquidity. So, as you know, stacking DAO, the leading the leading protocol by TVL, total value locked. They're the founder, co-founder Tycho's speaking at the Tim Draper Summit, right? Talking about what's going on within the Stacks ecosystem, talking about Zest, borrowing and lending on Bitcoin, you name it. Like we're tied in, we're locked in with a lot of big names, and more institutional grade companies are adopting Stacks. So I feel like something's coming, man. Like I can just feel it. So
This has been my great. Well, actually, it's through my wife. My greatest concern as well is people being left behind, and just not enough people. And we've talked about it. Everyone's talking about it in the ecosystem and abroad. That people aren't talking about it. People don't know it, or they were told to ignore it years ago and have for a long time, that it's evil and bad players operate in it. And by the time they find out and agree to go in, the prices are going to be so far away that the people that could have benefited the most and haven't gotten involved. And I think that's the piece here that at least seeing the investment industry, financial aspects are being taken care of for people, in a sense that lots of people aren't going to be left behind entirely. They'll start to realize those things maybe next year when there's more companies that get included in the different indexes as things continue to build out. But yeah, it's exciting. The other thing is when they announced, when Stacking DAO was talking about the corporate relationship to help companies with their treasuries, knowing that there's a cap reached and you can't borrow or use the STSTX as leverage anymore right now. To quote the dude, that's what is it? That shall not stand, or something like that. Can't stand. It's like, how are the cap coming? That's got to be lifted. There's lots of big money that's going to want to be able to take advantage of that, and that's like the superpower, man. The STSDX. I mean, that's the lifeblood that runs across all the different platforms. So you got to think that is going to blow. That's got to be lifted and be ready for all those new Bitcoin. That's just my take.
oh yeah, dude. I agree. That STX or STSTX debt ceiling is bullish news. Seeing that everything is like maxed out in the ecosystem at the moment, to where you can still use STSTX BTC as collateral and borrow against it. But as for STSTX, the debt ceiling is reached. No more lending against it, right? That the guys are likely formulating a plot to like get everything solidified. The guys are solid, right? You see more and more people, like I was saying, institutional grade companies like Fortify, partnered with Stacking DAO. We've got BitGo for SBTC. Like all of these, Bitfinex getting involved and listing STX. All of these are not for no reason. It's because of like partnerships and talks. The guys are working, dude. They're out there at the Draper Summit. I have confidence. I have like a hunch that like.
Do you know when the
coming.
Draper Summit is?
It was today and yesterday, I think. Tycho was up there talking about Zest and Stacks up there. So Draper loves Stacks. Yeah, he was up.
So the SBTC is on the 15th, and then Grayscale's private placement hits 1 year anniversary on the 22nd. So there's some
Oh,
dates
there we
coming
go.
up.
That was the yeah. So like we have Grayscale. You told me about
Mhm.
that. Grayscale, it's their 1 year for the Stacks Trust.
Yep.
Do they usually have some type of like what happens around these 1 year marks with these trusts? Like, can you explain to me like how it's a little bullish, like what it looks like? Is it just a landmark or a milestone?
So
or
Grayscale's developed a pipeline by which they've been able to reliably get trusts that are private placement converted into public quotation 12 months after the private placement, because Grayscale has a really good relationship with the SEC, since they have so many different QSIPs listed on there, whether they're ETFs or funds or um, you know, all the different products that they have listed on the stock market. So if they stick to that 12-month schedule, we could start seeing announcements from Grayscale, hopefully within just a few weeks of that May 22nd date, because they can't start pushing for a public quotation until after the year mark. So there may be a little bit of latency between May 22nd and when we actually get a public quotation. But once we get a public quotation, guess what? People can hold the Stacks Trust and their various IRA products. They can hold it in a brokerage account because it'll have a QSIP and a ticker, and people can buy it through their Charles Schwab, their Fidelity, Robinhood, whatever. And that's going to be direct investment into Stacks through Grayscale, providing the trust as a medium.
That's sick. I think that you smashed it, man. You smashed it, and I think that's like really, really. That was one of the points that you told me that like you always have a good take around these points, and that was one of the ones that flowed under the radar, and I forgot about. Yeah, that's big news on the 22nd for Stacks. And a lot of times with these trusts, with Grayscale, they develop them into ETFs, and exactly. So bullish across the board, man. Like it's almost hard to cover all of the bullish news within the Stacks ecosystem.
Yeah, I didn't realize
UI upgrade.
I didn't realize that
Go ahead, Ace.
that wasn't open to the public. I had missed that aspect. I thought it was out there and was tradable. I missed that. That is huge.
Yeah, dude. It's happening, fellas. And that meme about the repricing, it was like one of those things that was going on around this time last year. Everybody was going on saying the repricing is near for STX. I feel like that's the truth this time around. Like we saw a run whenever the right repricing meme and conversation started going around. But it was all based off of the news of SBTC and the Nakamoto upgrade, and now we have fast blocks. Now we have a one-to-one backed Bitcoin wrapped asset in the Stacks ecosystem that's completely decentralized, that's being picked up by multiple networks like Sui, Solana, Aptos became a signer. You name it. Big names are getting involved and becoming signers in the network. And I had this, I think a lot of us shared the same theory that Stacks would be the bridge to Bitcoin for a lot of different ecosystems. So it's kind of cool to see that theory starting to play out a little bit.
Well, given how much the spot ETFs for Bitcoin have performed so well between Grayscale, BlackRock, and Fidelity, that people like buying the ETF version of that asset. You might think that an ETF version of Stacks might have a similar type of performance. Not financial advice, but given its ties being in Bitcoin, like for the normies that are finding out about it through their banker or investment advisor, but they're not in the hardcore crypto world. What a great way for them to get exposure. I mean, I don't know. That's huge for me. For some reason, I was all this time I've thought, why aren't people buying it? Now I know why. Thank you for that piece of information, Shiplet.
Absolutely. No, I think that's going to be a sleeper. Like, a lot of people aren't tracking that. And then also Grayscale, it's always a slowly then suddenly with them when they do their announcements. Like, all of a sudden, this is going to enter everyone's consciousness, but it's not going to be until it does. So,
Right on. We are about at that hour and a half mark. So, fellas, I wanted to just go around the room one more time and get some like final takes, final frequencies that you want to put out to the ethos, shameless shills, whatever. Anything goes, man. And Shiflet, I'll hand it off to you first, good sir.
we're another day closer to Vegas. Looking forward to that. It's going to be a really good time. A lot of things to look forward to between now and then, because Vegas is until the 27th. So we have the SBTC on the 15th. And then we'll be paying attention to Grayscale on the 22nd. Lots of things to be bullish about. The CPI print is a big deal, so pay attention to that as we head into June for the next Fed meeting. Hopefully we'll get some interest rate cuts. Should be smooth sailing into August, since we have that 3-month deal with China. So, there's no reason but to be bullish, at least for the next 3 months. And that puts us in August, so it should be a fun summer.
Hot summer, guys. Heating up. Let's go. And Vegas right around the corner. Thank you, Shiflet. And Ace, I'll shoot to you next, man. Any final frequencies, any final thoughts that you want to get off your mind? Shameless shows. What's going on in Ace's world?
I was happy to see that Jack got his ticket booked for Vegas. So I'm very happy for the brother. I don't think I'm going to make it, so I'm incredibly going to be jealous for a number of days here going forward. But I'm really, it feels good to see Rosar getting some love and being able to show off what he's been working on, and hopefully that's more embraced some more. I'm bullish on Spaghetti Punks. The news that sounds like they're gonna start the membership club cards are going to actually start earning points themselves instead of just holding on to points off of the other assets. So that was really cool to see that they're considering that, or it looks like they're going to go forward with it. Either way, super bullish on them. I just, I'm so bullish on Zest and Stacking DAO, Bitflow, and Hermetica, like the suite of what's to offer and everything in between. I love the way how everything comes together, and it's just, the ecosystem is so ripe to explode. Really pumped, and just a special shout out to Reese.
Yeah, big old shout out to Reese. Thank you, Ace. Reese killed it in Art on Stacks today, and of course I'm his co-host on Art on Stacks. So it was awesome getting to talk to the Rambler today. Big shout out to the Rambler. Based artist, you guys go check him out. Thank you, fellas. I hope that you guys have a very, very blessed rest of your night, and I always appreciate your company, man. Thank you for coming through. We'll do it again.
Have a great night, guys.
Later, fellas.
Good night.
And this has been another based episode of DeOrganized Nightly, where we get your favorite Giga Brain Astronaut Scholars together, discuss the latest alpha, Bitcoin news, world news, you name it. We're discovering it and talking about it, and kicking out high frequency vibes. You guys definitely tune into the Let's Go morning show at 8:30 a.m. ET, Monday through Friday, along with Meet Me over here at 7 p.m. ET, Monday through Friday for the DeOrganized Nightly segment. I'm your boy GP with DeOrganized Media. Go set up your profile on DeOrganized.media. There's some really cool stuff coming. Do not want to miss it. Be early. Go get you some dabs. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.